Hi kids, this is Lindsay. We're going to look at Our World, Book 5. So take out your Our World. We will also need your vocabulary list. There are lots of vocabulary words you don't know. Some of you were in my class on Monday when we read page 70, but we need to read it again. Let's look at page 70 and talk about the questions on that page. So open your vocabulary list, open your Our World, and look at page 70. I will read page 70 to you, and you can listen and read your book. All right, page 70. Listening for Life. And I told you, I want you to change this title to Listening for Intelligent Life. We're not listening for life that's not intelligent. It's not going to communicate with us. We're listening to life that can use radios. If they know how to use radios, they can communicate with us. So the title for this unit should be Listening for Intelligent Life. Look at the book. If extraterrestrials live on other planets, we can't see them. Planets in other solar systems are extremely far away. We can't see the planets even with our biggest telescopes. Now, let's stop for a second. What does that mean? That means that other planets are very far away. Other stars have planets. We know that. But those planets are around stars that are thousands of years away. We can't see them because our telescopes are not that good. Maybe in 100 years we can do that, but we can't do that now. So telescopes. Say the word again, telescopes. Even with our best telescopes, we can't see those planets. Look at your book. We can't see the planets even with our biggest telescopes. But what if? Do you see that question? But what if? But what if the extraterrestrials want to communicate with us? What if they are sending messages? Maybe right now they are already sending messages to us. Look at the book. What if they are sending messages? The signal would travel through space. Between planets is space, right? The signal would travel through space. After many years, it might reach our solar system, our planet. Might, maybe not. Space is very big. It's going this way, it's going that way. Maybe it won't reach us, but it might reach us after many years. The signal would travel through space. After many years, it might reach our solar system. Remember, solar means our sun. Our sun's name is Sol, S-O-L. We live in a solar system, one star with 8 planets. Some planets have 1 moon, some planets have more. Let's read it. After many years, it might reach our solar system. It would be hidden in the noise from other places in space. Space is noisy. Space has stars exploding and meteors hitting and rockets flying. Space is very noisy. If you listen to space, it's very hard to hear different things because everything is making noise. So it would be hidden in the noise from other places in space. Last sentence, we would need special tools to hear it. These tools help us hear this, separate that, don't listen to this. Look at the book. Scientists at SETI We don't say SETI, we say SETI. SETI is a group of people who listen to space to try to see if extraterrestrials are talking to us. Scientists at SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, have made a tool for listening. What is the tool? If you look at the picture on page 70 and 71, those satellite dishes, that is the tool. They have connected those satellite dishes together. When they're connected, they're stronger. They work together to make a big satellite dish. Let's read the book. It uses 42 satellite dishes that are connected together. Scientists plan to have 350 dishes one day. When they say dishes, they're not talking about chicken and beef. They're talking about satellite dishes. Some people put satellite dishes on their house so they can hear television and radio signals. But these are not house satellites. These are really, really big. If you look at the picture, can you see one person is very small? Compared to this satellite, it's very small. Satellite dish. So one day, when they have enough money, they're going to make 350 connected satellite dishes. That's a lot. They point all the dishes at the same place in the sky. Now, they change places, but at one time, they are all pointed at the same place. So at one time, all of the satellite dishes point at one place. They're listening to one place. And then after they listen, they will move to another place. They don't move to many places. They listen to one place and then listen to another place. But at one time, they listen to one place. It's important. Later, they will ask us that question. Then they search for any data they can hear. Data is already plural. It doesn't have S. Data are expensive. Data are interesting. So data are, there's no S, it's already plural. The dishes can hear very weak signals. So if the signal is not very strong, it's weak. The dishes can hear very weak signals. For example, they could hear a cell phone on a planet in our solar system. So let's say you're on Jupiter, you're on Mars, you're on Saturn, and you take your satellite telephone out of your pocket and you try to call Earth. No problem. These satellite dishes could hear you. They're very strong. So let's read it again. That's if someone had a cell phone on Jupiter. Now, nobody has a cell phone on Jupiter. The dishes pick up noise from radios on Earth too. So, Earth has lots of radios. If they're making noise on Earth, that's a problem because the satellite dishes hear that noise too. So they have to erase that noise so it doesn't interfere. It doesn't bother them. So the dishes pick up noise from radios on Earth too. Pick up means hear. Scientists must be careful to avoid this noise. They don't want this noise from Earth. They want to hear signals from space, not from Earth. We have not heard from an extraterrestrial yet. So SETI's pretty old, 20 years old. They have been listening for a long time, and so far, they haven't heard any messages. So read that sentence again. We have not heard from an extraterrestrial yet. But is it possible that they are listening to us? If they are, most could not have heard us yet. Our planet is very noisy. We have a lot of radio signals every day. TV signals, radio signals, always just shooting into space. And like we said in class, maybe this is dangerous. Aliens could hear that and say, hey, look, we found a planet. Maybe they're not friendly. But if they're listening for our signals, they probably can't hear us yet. Why? Because space is so big, our radio signals haven't gone very far. Look at the page. We have used radios for less than 100 years, so radios are not very old. That's not much time for the big distances in the universe. So distances, distance, distances. Say the word again, distances. That's not much time for the big distances in the universe. The universe is so big. In that time, our signal could only reach a small number of stars. Extraterrestrials from nearby solar systems. When we say nearby, they're really far away, thousands of years away, but they call it nearby. Extraterrestrials from nearby solar systems would not hear us for thousands of years. So imagine, we have a radio signal. It goes into space for 1,000 years. They hear it. Then they answer us, and their answer comes back in 1,000 years. We have to wait 2,000 years. And we have only had radios for 100 years. Humans are pretty young. Look at the bottom of page 70. Length of time needed for radio waves to reach Earth. So, if you're on Earth, the nearest star is Alpha Centauri. That is the name of a star. It's called Alpha Centauri. It's the closest star to Earth, and it still takes 4.3 light years to come to Earth. Then, North Pole Star, there's another star called North Pole Star, Polaris, 431 light years. And then, oh my God, the center of the Milky Way. Our galaxy is called the Milky Way. And the Milky Way has a center, the very middle. If you're in the middle of the Milky Way, the very, very middle, and you send a signal to Earth, how long will it take? Well, it will take 27,000 light years. And then we go even further. The nearest galaxy, there's another galaxy. Of course, you know, there are many galaxies. There's another galaxy called Andromeda. Andromeda is the nearest galaxy to us. There's the Milky Way. We are in the Milky Way. And then over there, there's a galaxy called Andromeda. Andromeda. If Andromeda wanted to send us a signal, it would take 2,480,000 light years to reach us. And then look at as far as we can see in the universe. So imagine you have a telescope. Okay, imagine we use the best telescope scientists have. As far as we can see, from there to us, how long would it take? Look at the number. Oh my goodness. 13,100,000,000 light years from there to Earth to send a message. That's really far. All right. On page 71, at the top, let's look at this together. Check true for true or F for false. Number one, extraterrestrials have listened to our radio waves for over 100 years. Over. That's false. It's less than. They have listened to our radio waves for less than 100 years. So circle the F. Number two, SETI dishes listen for life by listening for radio signals. True or false? That's true. They're listening for radio signals. Number three, scientists point the SETI dishes in many directions. And remember I told you before that's not true. They point the dishes together in one direction. They can move that, but together they're pointing in one direction. So number 3 is false. Radio waves from Earth are a problem for SETI scientists. Yes, that's true. They're a big problem because it's hard to hear. It's like a loud room. The room is really loud. It's very hard to hear one voice. And SETI scientists can't hear some noises because the universe is really loud. All right, we're not going to write page 71, number 3. We'll do that when we go back to school. I want to look at page 68. Review this again on page 68. Let's read it again. Lots of new words. Review the vocabulary. Look at number 1, a powerful rocket. Rocket is needed to send anything into space. Now also, part of our grammar this time is anything, anyone, everyone. Now, in this sentence, if we're going to send people, it would be anyone. But they said anything, water, anything. Number 2, people live and work on the space station. They perform experiments in space. What is the name of our space station? That's right, the ISS, International Space Station. Number 3, extraterrestrials probably would not speak Chinese or English. Well, they probably wouldn't speak Chinese either. But maybe they're listening to our radio signals. Maybe they have already learned English and Chinese. It would be difficult to dance with them. No. It would be difficult to communicate with them. Communicate. Number 4, I saw a documentary about Lindsay. Just kidding. That word is difficult. I told you before, say documentary. It's like a movie, but it's a little more boring. So say documentary. I saw a documentary about the search for life in other galaxies. In this sentence, do not write searches, write search. Number 5, someday we may land a spacecraft on the moon again. It's important to say again because we have done it before. We don't do it now, but a long time ago we did it many times. Number 6, anyone, not everyone, anyone who travels through space is an astronaut. But we are astronauts. We are sitting on Earth. Earth is turning, spinning in space. Earth is orbiting the sun. So we are all astronauts. And Earth is our spacecraft. Look at page 69. Indefinite pronouns. I'm going to read this again. This was not easy for you. Let's practice it. Did everyone see that comment? No. What's it say? Did anyone see that comment? Does it say that? No. Did everyone? You could say anyone, but the book, what does it say? Did everyone? I'm asking the class. Did everyone see that comment? Look at the next one. Does anyone want to be an English teacher, astronaut? Sorry. Someone will go to the bathroom someday. No. Someone will go to Mars one day. In the news recently, China sent a spacecraft to Mars, but there were no people in that spacecraft. That spacecraft only had robots, and they went to Mars. They landed on Mars, but there were no people. Humans have not been to Mars yet. Someone will go to Mars one day. No one, 2 words separate, no one can see all the stars in the universe. Let's read this story. Everyone likes to debate about life on other planets. No one knows for sure if there is life on other planets or not. If someone tells you that they know, that person really doesn't know. You could also say, if anyone tells you, someone or anyone. I think the best answer is anyone. If anyone tells you that they know, that person really doesn't know. Are you someone who likes to debate? This sentence has to be someone. It cannot be anyone. Are you someone who likes to debate? We talked about debate. Two people argue, but this is called debate. I have my ideas, you have your ideas, we debate. I will debate about life in space with anyone who wants to. This sentence has to be anyone. Anyone who wants to. No one knows the answer, but everyone has an opinion. That's always true. No one knows, everyone has an opinion. Look at the last sentence. No one knows the answer, but everyone has an opinion. Let's look at the questions. Does anyone in your family think there is life on other planets? No, comma, no one. Yes, period. My uncle does. Yes, period. My father does. No, comma, no one. 2 words, no one. Number 2, name one thing everyone in your family does. In this sentence, we just need to write the verb, but we're going to write an ES on the verb. Name one thing everyone in your family does. Takes a bath, brushes their teeth, goes to school, eats pizza. But you need you need an S or ES on the verb, not a V. Name one thing no one in your family believes. This sentence is difficult to answer. Maybe you can say, no one believes in ghosts. No one believes in aliens. Nobody in my family believes in dinosaurs. I don't know. No one in my family believes in monsters. I don't know. The last question. Name a funny habit someone in your family has. Now we're going to talk one person, so you have to tell me one habit with an S. For example, you could say, my brother picks his nose. My sister smells socks. My father chases mice. Something funny, some habit, something they like to do with an S. Name a funny habit someone in your family has. Maybe my mother drinks coffee every day. That's not a funny habit. My mother brushes her teeth with coffee every day. That's a funny habit. Or my brother eats his pencils. That's a funny habit. All right. But remember, you need an S on the verb. At the bottom, everyone here is a good student. Someone in this class is wearing an orange shirt. Does anyone have an umbrella today? So when we're using anyone, we're asking you, is there one or more people who do this? Does anyone like pizza? Does anyone know the answer? But if I say everyone, that means, does everybody in this class feel this way, like this, have this? Does everyone live in Taiwan? Does everyone like pizza? Does everyone understand? But if I say anyone, I only need one person to say yes. Does anyone have $10 I can borrow? Does anyone want to help me? If I said, does everyone want to help me? That's a little strange. You don't need 50 people to help you. Anyone means even just one person is enough. And if you write someone, that means we don't know who it is. It doesn't matter. Someone likes you. Someone picked up my book. Someone took my candy. So we don't know who it is, but someone did it. And then everyone, someone, just one person we don't know. Anyone, even one. And does anyone have an umbrella today? Of course, you wouldn't say, does everyone have an umbrella today? Unless everyone needs an umbrella. If you want to borrow an umbrella, does anyone have an umbrella I can borrow? But if the class is going on a field trip, does everyone have an umbrella? Okay, next time for my lesson, I want to use grammar friends. So if your teacher, well, I'm sure your teacher did, gave you homework for grammar friends, look at that homework before my class, before my video next week. We're not going to use Our World. We're going to read Grammar Friends and practice the vocabulary in that. Some of the vocabulary comes from Our World, and some of the vocabulary on this test will be Grammar Friends. So be sure to look at your Grammar Friends next time. Okay, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.